From WWL TV, the spirit of Louisiana, this is Louisiana's news leader, Channel 4's Eyewitness Morning News.
It's been more than 2 years since Forward New Orleans presented Mayor Mitch Landrieu and the City Council its list of 7 major areas of concern. This week the group released its 3rd evaluation, which this time is focused on the City Council's progress in implementing change, particularly in the area of violent crime. Joining us with more on the review to this latest evaluation for Forward New Orleans, members Greg Rusevich, former chairman of the Business Council, and Nolan Rollins, president and CEO of the Urban League of Greater New Orleans. And the last time you came in, we talked about this, and it looked like everything was good. It looks pretty good on this report too. And so the question I'm asking is, you know, is this painting a picture, a realistic picture of where we are in New Orleans, or an optimistic picture of where we want to be?
Look, we still have a ways to go, but the fact of the matter is the Forward New Orleans report, comprised of 30 civic and business groups, grassroots groups, sat down before the elections and we drew up a platform. And on each one of those areas, the council is making progress, relatively good progress, whether it's blight. If you look at the progress on blight, if you look at the progress on economic development, there's progress being made. On crime, we clearly all agree we have a long ways to go.
And that could be a big problem for every other area that we see, because in all reality, we're in kind of a renaissance period here in New Orleans. You've got so many things going on, the 2 new hospitals coming up near downtown, Federal City, you've got a lot of young entrepreneurs coming in, a lot of baby boomers coming in who want to do business here. It still is a tough place to do business in this city. Is that changing? Do you think both?
You know, we think that it is changing. We think that there's beginning to be a clear path made right now for business to actually do business here. So we have the public.
And that's been the problem in the past.
Absolutely. I mean, and I think that's something that we took a good hard look in the mirror and said, just as this document lays out in Forward New Orleans, listen, we may need to make a clear path to doing business. Where should an entrepreneur or a business person go and act so that they can actually be a part of the business community here in New Orleans? And that's critically important to our survival.
Because clearly there is a climate that people do want to come here, whether it's because it's a neat, great city, but if the business climate is not good, they don't stay.
Not only come here, but stay here. You're absolutely right. We need to both retain and recruit. One of the good things we found in the report is the Office of Supplier Diversity is being strengthened. So we're really getting a strong DBE program that's now taking place, and small businesses now have a greater opportunity than they did 2 years ago. We're not there yet, but steps are being taken in the right direction for small business as well.
All right, let's go over some of the things that you all looked at, and most of these are good, with the big exception of crime. That's just a glaring problem in this city.
Crime is a glaring problem, and clearly what we've identified is certain things need to happen more prominently. Community policing is one example. Hotspot community policing, we need to pour resources into that. We need to have pervasive community policing. We need to do more with technology, electronic monitoring, ankle bracelets. We ought to put ankle bracelets more. We only have 125 ankle bracelets. We need more for electronic.
Well, we've got them, but make sure they work too.
Sure, absolutely. And I think that with this particular piece, we're looking at what the City Council is actually doing from a budgetary standpoint. So when folks are coming to the City Council and saying, here's what we want to do with our budgets, the folks at the City Council should be saying, are these the priorities that are right in line with what we need to get done here? And I think crime is one of those.
And it does take the populace, like you guys, screaming and saying, we don't want this to keep going, we want change.
And it's got to be measured. You have to have a budgeting for outcomes process so that the DA's office can be measured against the sheriff's office, which can be measured against the judges, measured against the NOPD. Each one of these needs to be measured in budgeting for outcomes process so that the money goes to the right place in the criminal justice system.
All right, gentlemen, I wish we had more time to go over this because there's so much to talk about. If you'd like to learn more about the Forward New Orleans or to see a detailed report, you can visit our website, WWLTV.com. Just click on links on 4. And you can get to Forward New Orleans. All right. Thank you all for coming in. We appreciate that.
Thank you.